Hello, everybody, and welcome to the 44th episode of the PokeGuardian podcast. I'm OK J-Love, and I'm here today with Zakariya. Zakariya, thank you so much for having me on today.
Hello, everyone. Hello again. Thank you for having us, Julian.
My pleasure, man. It's been... I think the last time we did an episode was the first time I ever did an episode with the PokeGuardian podcast, and that was well and truly over a year ago. So a lot of things have changed since then, but it's really good to be back. I was very excited when you asked me to come back on.
Yeah, it's been since Legends Arceus, I believe. Brilliant Stars, something like that.
Oh, that is a really long... That's a very, very long time ago.
Yeah,
Jeez.
I agree.
Too long. Too long.
Too long.
It's a good episode to come back to, actually, because, I mean, a lot has happened this last week. We were meant to do this 2 weeks ago, but we decided to hold off because of the Japanese Champions League. And I think we should have thought about that a little bit more because Pokemon Day happened. So it would have been silly to do this before Pokemon Day. But now that Pokemon Day's happened, we've got a lot to talk about. So, pretty excited for today.
Of course. And we have our card pickups.
We're going to do our card pickups. Now, you asked me, I mean, I remembered right as we hit record that we have to do this. And it's funny because when I first came on the podcast, it was in a period where, like, people were going crazy over Japanese Pokemon cards. And I think I was buying more than I ever was at any period. So I had them everywhere. But for this segment, I had to go and get them out of my binder, and I had to think about what the last cards I picked up were. So, do you want to? You show yours first. I'll show mine second. Okay, you go.
Absolutely, no problem. This actually is more of a recent topic because I find it funny to show them off here as well. I uploaded a video yesterday to show you off that all these cards from Palladian Fates.
Saw this.
This is below €5. Even less, below €4. And this is actually a discussion on its own, right? It's just all 50 cents, 30 cents.
That's crazy, though.
Yeah, this one, I anticipated that it will be cheap, right? Because there are only 4 or no 3 even in the set. But if you told me 4 years ago that full art supporters like these would become below €1, I would just laugh in your face, personally. Now we are at this stage now, and it's just absolutely insane that such a market is going on right now, especially after the 3 years of continuous success of Pokemon card game.
Yep.
And now we're in this this market, which is absolutely insane to me. But other than that, on the topic of Palladian Fates, I picked up the penny as well. I picked also up in Japanese. Should have showed it off as well, but as everything's in my channel, so with properly close-ups as well. Very happy with it. Other than that, my friend went to a convention last weekend, and he picked up something very special to me.
Mm-hmm.
This is something you likely have never seen. This is Portuguese. And what this is essentially a very small deck of like 30 cards. And it includes a Portuguese, in this case, a Lugia.
That's so cool.
Forces.
That's really cool.
It is really cool. And it includes a poster, a small guide. And this is actually before, I don't know if you know the distributor and the producer of Pokemon cards in Brazil. It is called Copac Brazil. This is actually before they took over. It was by Devir.
Yeah, I was going to say, I know it's Copac now, but I didn't think they were doing it back then.
There was a time indeed that Copac was not doing Pokemon. And it was they are actually the distributor and the printer as well, I believe. Not sure. But that's very cool. And that's all my pickups. What did you pick up?
You got some good friends, bro. Those are very... I can't top that. I think sentimentally, that's just like an epic pickup. It
all comes down to investing as well, not necessarily, give and take. I also bring my friends nice gifts, and they don't have to give anything back. Of course,
that's friendship. That's just friendship.
Of course,
yeah.
It's awesome if they do, and that's the way I just see it. Yeah.
No, you're very lucky, man. My pickups, they pale in comparison. I mean, I've been on a bit of a vintage pilgrimage the last 6 months or so. I guess since coming back from Japan, since coming back from World. So A lot of my mail is still sitting in Japan. I'm notorious for this. But one card that I did pick up that I felt like because I just wanted to see these firsthand. I just get the camera in focus. Was the Gouging Fire EX. It's one of the new cards. This one is from Wild Force. So I did want to pick up like one of these when they released. So I think I would have paid about 50 Australian dollars or 5,000 yen, which is funny because it's like much less than that now. But that is like, as a price I'm more than happy paying, even if it shifts by about 10 or 20, because the card is just so cool and I really wanted to see these in my hand as soon as I possibly could. And it's by Teiziro, who's like one of my absolute favorite artists from the last 3 or 4 years. So Teiziro actually drew the other, the Walking Wake and the Raging Bolt EX special art from that set too. So I bought
That's
that,
so cool.
and then I pulled it when I opened up a box as well. So I have 2 now, which I can't complain about. You know, it's a card I was going to have 2 of. It's a card I really like. So
You can't complain on doubling up, essentially.
not at all.
Yeah. And the price on the market is, again, a topic on its own. Really is just that low currently. This would have been a 6,000 yen card any day 2 years ago, minimum.
Yeah.
Even more.
More than that, yeah, for sure. I actually picked up the other 2 today because I think they'd gotten to that, 30, 40 Australian dollar point, which, again, I just want to see these cards in hand. I'm not going to open up any more boxes of that set. Just figured now's the time to do it. Plus, we've got Temporal Forces literally, I think it's almost like 3-4 weeks away now, so it's very close. I'd say it's about 3 weeks ago. 3 weeks to go.
Pre-release in a couple of weeks, I believe.
Yeah, I know next week in Australia we've got pre-release weekend, so the English versions of those will be coming out very, very soon. That's pretty cool. Cool pickups, man.
Same to you.
Thanks, dude. Let's get into the first topic of discussion today, which is very, well, I was going to say contentious. Well, it kind of is. I think people are kind of split on this one. They're kind of torn on how they feel, because on one hand, it's really exciting. On the other hand, it's one of those changes that makes you a little bit cautious about the future. We are, of course, talking about the Pokemon TCG Pocket, the new app that was revealed during Pokemon Day. This has been in development by Creatures. I believe Dana is working on it. It is an in-house app. It is the first of its kind. Well, the reason why I say that is because it's being developed by Creatures. So if you missed the Pokemon Day announcement, Zakariya, do you want to explain it to the audience for us? What happened? What is this?
Of course, right. This is again a new mobile app. It's free to play, or what they call free to start. There is again.
That's how it always begins, isn't it?
Of course, right. It's again a mobile app. It's a different version than the actual game, slightly modified, and there's also exclusive cards in there that are full 3D, right? They call the new feature called Immersive Cards, and these are cards you would never replicate on paper, right? On cardboard. That's how they went with it, and that means new exclusive cards that we likely are not going to ever see on real cardboard. Who knows? In the future, they may bring some promotions, right, for this game. But also, you will get 2 free booster packs every day. In the beginning of that, free to start. I don't know how they are going to manage that. I assume people want to pay for more packs. And also, it's coming 2024. There's no date mentioned. And of course, iOS and Android are the main platforms on which it's going to release then. Not sure if tablets are included. That's not being disclosed. It could be. I assume it will, right?
I think anything that can run an app is going to run this thing. Yeah.
I think so. Yeah. But really, I personally, I'm going to the opinion section already. But let's wait for my opinion, right? And yours as well.
Yeah.
DNA is the developer of Pokemon Masters EX. And that app is going, from what I've seen, doing very well. They are already on a almost nearly fifth anniversary already. So that takes a lot of success to manage that. 5 years already, can you imagine? So they know a lot of 3D. Creatures also knows a lot of 3D as well. So I think this is a very natural collaboration, honestly. That's all the discussion. But honestly, let me talk about the rules. So what they actually said is they will add some new rules.
Yeah, so we know that the game fundamentally, it's like structured around the way a traditional Pokemon card standard, as we call it, TCG works. But there's a few twists to it, and it looks like it's going to be a lot faster, which makes sense because this is meant to be a pick up and play app, something you can do when you have 5 or 10 minutes of idle time, which is good. Sorry, that was your cue, Zakariya. You were meant to go on there. No, which is good. All right, it's okay because it's good and bad, right? And this is where I feel like, well, as a lot of players are kind of like divided right now, because it's a great way to get people interested in playing Pokemon, but it's so drastically different to the standard format. Well, it's going to be, because it's a controlled format with different cards, that it's gonna, in a way, divide the player base. So like, you're gonna have people that are like casually playing this app that may very well transition over and play Pokemon TCG Live, the actual standard format. But then you may not at all. You may find that it's too difficult, or it's so drastically different to what Pokemon TCG Pocket is presenting to the player that it doesn't carry over. That's one side of it. The other side, I guess, well, where were you going with this? Sorry, I forgot what you were even saying. I'm a terrible host. I'm a terrible co-host.
No problem at all. No, what I wanted to say is that, again, like we already said, this is going to be streamlined rules, yes, based on a classic TCG battle system. So that means, indeed, this is not going to be the game we know. This is like a watered-down version of it.
People were saying, Duel Links, right? It's kind of going to work like that. As far as I'm aware, we don't know like the way that this game works right yet. People are just assuming. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
We don't know anything.
We don't know anything.
Really. We see some hints of that. For example, the bench is going from 5 to 3.
Yeah.
That's going to be a point system based instead of a price card system based. But we only see some visuals, not necessarily hard information. And yeah, honestly, this is, from what my opinion is that they should have done a classic mode, really, like a played in a traditional way that it should have always been, or legacy mode, as if you wanted to make it better, so that it doesn't overlap with the actual TCG Live. And then also you can have this pocket mode, like you say, which is nice for fast and quick battles and casual battles as well. But I am not in charge of this project.
Yeah. And this is just like one aspect of the app, and like its implications for the Pokemon TCG. Whoa, there goes my mic. The Pokemon TCG as a whole, because we're only talking about like the playing side. There's the collecting side, which we're gonna, as like a Pokemon card collector, there's that aspect of it, which I'm sure we're gonna jump into shortly. But yeah, the play side is kind of weird, and this is where like, I guess, like really competitive and like really active players are kind of like frustrated, in that we're getting this completely new app that looks like significantly better than Pokemon TCG Live. It like presentation wise, like looks phenomenal, which isn't hard when you're comparing it to Pokemon TCG Live, but comparatively looks much better. Is being built in-house as well, so is being developed by creatures and DNA who have experience with apps. So like a pretty well trusted developer, an experienced developer, and proven. It's kind of a little bit disappointing if you're a competitive player, because you're seeing this new app, which is a totally different format, getting so much love. It's going to bring in a lot of players, and then you're seeing your app, or the way that you play standard, and you're just like, well, why can't we have that?
Yeah. Also, what I think is there's some limitations. Of course, they're going to be global as well. So Japan, Korea, I believe all the other European languages will be supported. There is going to be limitations if they wanted to make a game like, hey, And in this case, we haven't even touched on the cards that are being revealed as well. There is some legacy cards in there, right? Like Trophy Kangaskhan card, right? The parent and child tournament promo. That's in there. That never got a global release. It's only being a Japanese exclusive release. And what if they wanted to make, right? I'm sure that idea was in their discussions, of course. Let's make a legacy app with all the old cards. Oh, but we need to globalize the Japanese cards as well. Vending cards and you name it. It's all possible now because there are no limitations. And I think that's how the way they went with this project. Hey, we have a bunch of art. We can globalize everything. And how are we going to package this in one nice application globally, right? Because that's what they really want. And number one is, they want money, of course.
Yeah.
And that's, I think, how they went with the project. And I think let's just wait and see.
Yeah, for sure.
They have tons of experience and they have watched other, Konami, Magic even, and whatever company. Let's do our best, and with all this experience and talent in house as well, like you say, they can build cards from scratch now with creatures and DNA. I don't know if you've seen the Immersive Cards videos on that. I think let's talk about it more.
Yeah, they look great. So like there was one specific card that was revealed or shown as part of the app, which is a Pikachu, and you kind of go into it. So it's a Pikachu EX. It looks great. The artist is not on my screen, which is annoying.
Atsushi Furusawa.
Is it Furusawa? I thought it was Ryota.
Oh no, was it? That's
I'm
so
pretty
bad.
Sure
for me.
it's no, you're right.
No,
it's Ryota Murayama. Yeah, Ryota Murayama.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry, I'm very sorry.
No, you're right. Don't apologize to me. I'm not Ryota Murayama. You're good, bro. Don't stress. So this Pikachu EX is illustrated by Ryota Murayama, and you'll see in the video, if you haven't watched it, go and check it out. It's the Pokemon Presents from the 28th of February. You sort of like go into the card, and there's a Ponyta, there's a few other Pokemon there as well. So it's cool. It's a great concept. The card that you see, or like the Pikachu EX flat, before you go on the card, alone looks great. And I think that's kind of where like collectors are like, oh, I don't know about this one, man. Because if cards like that, which look great, are stuck in the app, I mean, it's not the end of the world, but like you want to. I mean, I personally like want to see them physically. I like seeing a card, holding it. If not the card, like a print of it in a magazine or something. It's way too early to like be like, oh my god, we need to have. Oh my gosh, we need to have these cards like be released. Like we don't need to get up in arms about it yet, but it'll be. I think it's just a missed opportunity, which I don't think they'll miss. So.
Yeah, there's going to be an old discussion now. Hey, if trading is also implemented, right? Global trading with everyone. Will this be kind of an NFT based stuff?
Yeah. So you're getting 2 packs a day, and then you can trade with other people. Yeah.
Yeah. And yeah, I think people will treat it as NFTs or something like that, right? Digital. If this, I really doubt that some of these cards will make it over the actual game, right? Because there's really no way to release them properly, right? Because, for example, Charizard EX, sorry, but that's going to be in stuff like Battle Academy, but it's already releasing, right?
Yeah, we're talking about like the Lapras, the Moltres, the Meowth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I personally could see some of these, right? As an introductory, hey, the promo, here's the app is released. Let's release these 4 cards as nice promos, right? To celebrate the launch.
Yeah.
But in no way are they going to release every single card of these in the real card game. It's just out of the question.
I agree.
It's not possible.
Yeah.
It's not possible.
I think it wouldn't make sense as well, because you go and look at any Japanese, any set that's been released in Japan, any English set either, and like this is internationally as well. International sets are have less identity, cohesion, right? But they still have some semblance of it. I think if they were to release a set based on Pokemon TCG Pocket, it would be all over the place. Because while the Lapras, the Meowth, the Moltres, the Pikachu, they look great. They're so different. There's no theme between them. So like releasing them as a set would make a whole lot of sense. I think you're right. I think if anything, we see them as promos.
They all have different templates as well. In no way are they going to, there would have been an issue if they were going to release all these cards 1-to-1 as the real deal, right? And yeah, I think for what it is, I think it will likely succeed. It's just how it is, right? If anything has any worth, right, any real life value, digital or real, it will succeed.
I think we're too far though. I don't know about that. Yeah. See, this is the other thing, because you were mentioning like NFTs and stuff, and I've seen people talk about this a lot, like the cards having values in the app. And when I start thinking like this, I'm like, am I like a hard mega boomer now? Like I'm thinking about it. I'm like, there's just no way. Like what? Like
the thing is, right? Sorry to interrupt you.
Go.
Pokemon Trading Card Online had an actual market, secondary market around it.
Yeah,
and
that's true.
For example, Ultra Ball, Gold Ultra Ball from, for example, Plasma Freeze. It was worth 50 packs, for example, or even more at this stage before it died down.
You're right. Yeah, you're right.
So people will always treat it that way. That's my opinion on it. If it's going to be more than actual game, I doubt it, right?
Dude, you're getting me sucked in now. Now that you say that, I'm like, he's right. I'm going to have to be on this day one. I don't want to get caught slacking. And not
open your 2 packs.
Oh, dude. Well, we don't know anything about getting extra packs beyond those 2 packs a day. I'm sure in some capacity you're going to be able to get more packs. Whether it's through,
I'm sure they will.
Like rewards playing, win 3 matches or whatever.
Yeah, or even tournaments. TCG Online actually had tournaments. Cool. Yeah, and it costs in-game money, of course, which you could obtain via various ways.
That's right. You would collect coins and then you could enter. Yeah.
I think they will share. It's their game.
There's got a lot of potential, yeah. There's a lot of potential.
And now, again, like you say, everything falls into place with TCG Live. Why it was being nerfed. It's my theory and your theory as well. I think we know now why it was severely undertoned.
Yeah. We know now that this was always we know that, and you can correct me if I'm wrong here, but as far as I understand, TCG Live is developed in-house by the Pokemon Company International.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Which is...
Before...
Yeah. It was outsourced, wasn't it?
Yeah, before that was outsourced to a studio.
That's right.
And of course, right? They would maintain the game with updates and fixes, but in no way are they going to develop more stuff for free.
No.
It's just how it's going to be.
But that outsourcing was initiated, and that was driven by TPCI again. So this is no input for Live or TCGO. PTCGO has come from Creatures at any point, which is like one of the main arms, Pokemon Japan. Yeah. So, yeah, we know why that was happening, why there was no extra help coming. Well, I think it's pretty safe to say why there was no extra help coming from above TBCI, because this project was in the works. And honestly, I mean, this is going to sound crazy, right? But, look, okay. I don't want to get too crazy. I was going to say I'd prefer this over Live. I prefer this over Live, but I would prefer if this had a version of Live in it, of standard in it, That's the best outcome,
The classic mode.
Yeah, the classic mode, right? Yeah. I think, I don't think it's asking too much.
Honestly, if many people just take this as feedback, hey, I like the cards, this alternative game, put the classic mode in there as an option. I don't think that's asked too much, right? Honestly.
Like, the infrastructure's there. I mean, if I was working at Creatures, if I was calling the shots there, let's say they launched this game and you hit, I don't know, what even is, I don't play that many mobile games, right? But what even is like a good amount of users actively playing a mobile game? 10, 20 million, 30? Wait.
Something like that, yeah.
Right, okay, so let's say this launches and within a year, 20 million active users playing the app, right? Well, if just 10% of those, right, they add a classic mode, and 10% of those get interested in playing standard format Pokemon. Then you got 2 million new users playing standard format, which is like crazy. So, I mean, maybe that's what they're doing. Maybe that this is like the testing ground for the global launch. You know, they do like a soft, get on everybody's phones, and then, hey, here's the classic mode. All of a sudden, your player base, your foundation is massive.
Yeah.
That's a good way to do it.
If that means they will get more revenue by people buying more packs, then they'll absolutely listen. If they're going to implement it, that's the second one. But going off track, Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle, which is, I believe, one of the most, game that's bringing money, they will actually listen to the fans. And that's a thing now for years. Hey, you want this mode? We are going looking into it, right? But we can't promise everything. But some features were actually being suggested by fans. Or is it outrage? A specific character was being... It happened before. One character was so bad, they just complained because it ruined their experience.
Yeah.
So they came, I believe, with a fix. We made it a little bit better. And there you go. And Pokemon Master EX, their game is doing, from what I see, quite good. I see not many complaints. The characters are fantastic. I don't know who has the input, but I believe DNA has some kind of input how some of these characters are made.
Yeah. Generally, like, the litmus test is if you're seeing people complain about it online. Pokemon Go, I've seen people complain about the way that the in-game economy has been handled over the last 2 years. I've just seen people complain about it constantly. Very rarely do you see people praise it. Masters EX, I never really see that. Only really positive things coming out of that game, so I think they're doing something right there. But
I think they're doing something very right. Yeah.
I think they're onto something. They're onto a good idea here. Like, I'm excited about it. A little bit disappointed that we may never see real versions of those cards, but as a Pokemon collector and player, you're kind of like spoiled for choice at the moment. Like, oh no, I can't get that one Lapras or Moltres. Well, I have like 50, 100 other crazy cards that are coming out this year. Anyway, it's like, it's whatever. This is extra, and ultimately, I think it's just a big ad as well. It's like a way. It's a way to just like have you always think about Pokemon cards and Pokemon packs.
Yeah, absolutely.
Every single day, if this app's on your phone, and you're getting 2 packs a day, every single day you're going to get a notification that says, "Hey, here's your new pack." Yeah, and you're like, "Oh yeah, packs." I like opening packs in the app. I might go open packs at a store. Bang! It's
addicting.
Marketing,
as well.
Baby, bro.
Yeah. And what I'm most excited for is an actual artwork. Like I say, the Trophy Kangaskhan. This is actually the first ever time that we are going to see this digitally.
Yeah.
Right? We've seen it in the Pokemon Card Collection Book 2000, right? That's being very expensive today. We might see some exclusive Pokemon Game Boy trading card game artwork, which also have exclusive artwork in there, but very low resolution prints on an actual book. Illustrator, digital card in some sort of way. There is going to be, everything's now open because it's not a real deal. There's a different template, right? And that makes me very excited.
Yeah.
Right? And in terms of, hey, we can preserve some of these old arts right now. And that is what I'm very happy of.
Yeah.
That's how I see this game. From preservation standpoint, nice. We can actually enjoy the old artwork because they will, again, like I said in the beginning, include classic artwork in a different jacket.
Yeah.
And that's very hyped for me in terms of that aspect.
It was a good point. It's something I hadn't really thought about too much. It's like an infinite play box now. Like, they've got so much potential that they can grab from any format, whatever period, and just throw it into this, pocket exclusive format where anything goes. The Gardevoir, that's by Unishida, that illustration, but the card is totally different to the card that was printed and released as a promo. So there's no rules anymore. They can just, provide new attacks that work in this format without breaking it and just use any illustration. It's pretty cool. You can't deny it's pretty cool. I think it's hard to be upset about this. And I don't think I've
No,
seen anybody.
It's worth a try. Yeah. And of course, Julian, people have been in meetings for many weeks for this discussion, right? This is well thought out. I really...
They were cooking.
If anything, creatures indeed are not amateurs anymore. You know, the past 4 or 5 years, like you said, they have been cooking really hard, and it is actually, they have outdone their anniversary year. That's a feat that no company, I think, has ever did before. So yeah, they are doing something right. And if you want to maintain these immersive cards, right, you don't have to make them every day, right? So like, make them once every 2 weeks, one card, immersive card, right, in a new set with, again, reused artwork. It is very maintainable. I think there's a success coming there. It's my speculation. Yeah.
The other thing I'm thinking though is maybe it's just like a little bit too late. Like if this had launched in like 2021, 2022.
Yeah, COVID.
Yeah, man, people would have gone crazy. But then on the other side of that coin, you know, maybe they didn't have this idea, or they didn't think that it was worth pursuing until they saw the massive growth of the game over the last 2 or 3 years. So, look, we got it now. We got it now.
Or maybe they was waiting on TCG Live and learned from that game, not necessarily being successful, but wait for that game to release properly and just anticipate and learn from, again, the actual game. And not necessarily from a gameplay standpoint, because DNA knows that stuff, right?
Yeah. But
more from how can some features from live, like playing the actual game on the app, that's a whole, issue, right? Because, there's 5 now, but there's the actual game. We can do it, it's better to do it 3-benched on a vertical phone. That's something that they probably have seen from TCG Live. How can we improve on this?
Live gets a lot of things wrong, so it's not hard to work out how to improve upon live.
Yeah, but they got it working. they got it working. So I think that was a stepping stone for them.
Yeah. We could beat up on TCG Live all night, but I think we better leave it there before we go too hard. The next cool thing that happened in the last couple of weeks was the reveal of Crimson Haze. This is the new Japanese sets. This is going to form part of our next set after Temporal Forces, so this will probably be like 1/3 of it. But this is coming out on the 22nd of March in Japan. It's pretty cool. It's got BloodMoon Ursaluna on the front.
Same day as Temporal Forces.
Which seems to be how it usually happens. I reckon if we went back and looked at the release dates around about this time, right before EUIC, it would probably coincide with with an international release. But remember, the cards from this Crimson Haze set are not going to be in Temporal Forces. So as an international player, you won't see these until the next release, which will be a couple of weeks before NAIC. I believe if you go on PokeGuardian, you'll see Zakariya's probably got it opened up. What's that set rumored to be called, Zakariya?
We have the Okupon set is next. That is called Mask of Change.
Mask of Change.
And then the next subset will be Night Wanderer in June.
Wait, is this Japanese or international?
Oh, Japanese. No, the next set is still, the name's known, but it's not officially revealed. It's still confidential. So, yeah, it's still confidential.
What? I thought I could have sworn I read an article on PokeGuardian.
Gardevoir 6. That's it.
So we don't know what the name is, though.
We know, but it's confidential.
How can we know it? How can we know and then not know?
It was unofficially leaked.
So we don't know. Or we do know, but we can't say it. Pick one, man. Which one is it, bro?
Gardevoir 6.
All right, let's go with that. So there, you heard it here first. The next set is going to be called Scarlet Violet 6, and that's what Crimson Haze. The cards from Crimson Haze will be in that. One of the main cards that was pretty cool that got revealed from this set, or there's a few. We did get another A spec. What do you usually talk about in this subject? In this part of the podcast? I can't remember.
The main details, the cards in depth, not necessarily.
Okay, because that's what I was going to do, but I didn't know if you wanted me to run with that.
Oh,
Yeah?
go ahead.
Let
You
me
are the
cook.
player.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Let me cook. Okay, cool. Because I was like getting excited. I was like, wait, do you even like how much detail do you go in? Because I was about to start cooking. Okay. All right, let me cook. Okay. Well, what do you think about this set, Zach? Nah, I'm going to cook. Okay, I'm going for it. All right, BloodMoon Ursaluna. So this is a really cool card. This was like the main... BloodMoon Ursaluna is on the cover of the set. The card that they got revealed, though, is really cool. It's an EX. It's a basic Pokemon. It's got 260 health. And it hits for 240. So it requires 5 energy, but its ability is really similar to Radiant Charizard's in that for every prize card that your opponent has taken, the ability... the energy requirement of the attack is 1 less. So there's like a late game card that you can like slap down and then just smack for 240. But because it's colorless, this has really great synergy with Lugia decks. So you may even just... This could be an attacker in your Lugia deck early. It's just got a lot of... That's just like one example. Because it's not a Radiant though, you can play more than one of it. And you can play it in your deck and then maybe play like Radiant Greninja, so you don't have to play Radiant Charizard anymore. So it's like the same kind of card as Radiant Charizard, but a little bit different, a little bit better, a little bit worse. If it gets knocked out, your opponent takes 2 prize cards, whereas if they knock out Charizard, they're taking the 1, but it's got more HP, so it's harder to knock out. It's just a really cool card, so I'm pretty excited about this set. There's a few other cards in here.
It seems good indeed for a Lugia Vista deck.
Yeah.
Because we have some attacks are wide, your V, but I think this is better.
I think this is better too.
Yeah.
This is harder to knock out. It's great in the mid game. You could use it early game if you're going for a donk. It's just there's a lot of applications for it. I think people kind of like stuck their nose up at it at first because it's a 2-prizer and it doesn't hit for like a great number. Even though 240 is pretty good, 250 is usually like a pretty good number. But you can with ace specs, which is another ace spec in this set that got revealed. There's just a lot of applications. Again, we could talk about it for hours. There is another cool ace spec. It is the unfair stamp, so it's kind of like reset stamp, but a little bit different. So you can only play this when your opponent has knocked out one of your Pokemon on the previous turn. You both shuffle your hand into your deck. You draw 5, but they draw 2. So you can only play 1 ace spec in your deck. So that's why it's so powerful, because you can't play this every single turn unless you get it back into your hand from your discard somehow. I can't remember if there's... Which cards... Oh no, Darkrai V-Star puts items back into your hand. See what I got? Like, there's so many applications for these cards. They're very powerful. So this is a good card that got revealed as well. And Iron Thorns EX as well is another great one. Its ability is similar to Path to the Peak, in that Pokemon with a rule box in play don't have any abilities, but it's only active when Iron Thorns EX is in the active spot. So it needs to be up there. If it gets knocked out, obviously that doesn't work and the ability goes away. So Path is gone with rotation, but we do kind of get its ability kind of back with Iron Thorns. Has good synergy with future decks, which we're going to see a lot of, especially once Temporal Forces releases. So yeah, the first few cards that got revealed for this are pretty cool. Enhanced Hammer as well. It's got a special energy from one of your opponent's Pokemon. Yeah. So I wasn't playing when this card was around, but it's been reprinted, so...
Lucky Helmet as well also came back.
I'm told it's good. Yeah, I'm told the helmet's good too.
Yeah. These all have seen applications in older formats. There's also Perrin in there. Perrin. That's from the what's it called again?
From Indigo Disc. From
Indigo
the DLC.
Disc, indeed. Yeah, that's...
the Teal Mask.
I believe...
Yeah.
Teal Mask, yeah. From what I've seen, this looks very much like the bloodline of Adamant from Legend Arceus.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
And there's a huge huge fan base already for it.
Yeah.
So I think the SAR can be higher than Bianca.
I reckon. Well, this one's drawn by Naoki Saito, so usually not always the case, but occasionally, we should say occasionally, when the artist draws like the regular supporter, more often than not, they're drawing the full art as well. So it's been a while since we've seen a Naoki Saito full art. If he's back with Perrin, that's going to be a popular card, to say
I
the
reckon.
least. There's another good card that's quite playable, or has like applications as well, Screamtail EX. So this might see some play in Lugia. You could play it anywhere really, but the attack, Sudden Shriek, you can use this attack only if you go second and only during your first turn. Prevents your opponent from playing a supporter card from their hand on their turn. So it's a good way to just disrupt your opponent on their second turn.
The attack as well, you can discard an energy with your opponent's active Pokemon. Enhanced Hammer crushing hammer.
Yeah.
You have eight tries essentially to ruin your opponent. So there will be a lot of frustration on there. I can guarantee you that, I suppose.
One thing I think is just really cool with this set, and the very few cards that we've seen so far, is that each of the cards, or the EXs at least, you can see like real world application. You can see application in decks for them already. I'm liking the way that this format is heading. It's interesting. Like it's very different to the previous format where, and I guess this current format, which is kind of a runoff effect of it having been around for so long, is that it feels so solved. You know, when Temporal Forces comes out, we're going to see a whole bunch of new cards, and we're going to see rotation. A lot of cards go away, so naturally things are going to change. But look, I'm excited. You'd rather see cards like this than cards unlike this that look boring. So it's another set, another day. Sunrise again tomorrow. We get new cards. It's cool.
And special Archers and Archers already look phenomenal. There have been 5 revealed, no, 6 revealed.
Yep.
5 Archers and 1 special Archer, the BloodMoon Ursaluna. And the Fiona were revealed on the reveal day, essentially. But the others are just... we have...
crazy good. So good.
We have Pinsir, which is a new artist as well, by Yukihiro Tada. We have Infernape. It's just Fiona again. And BloodMoon Ursaluna, we have Cramorant by Fujimoto Gold, which is also a newer artist.
Yep.
And here's Eplin by Katsunori Sato. It's just... The Archers, again, this is a whole different discussion again, but the Archers are just, I think, the best ever thing that they have done, continuing with this new generation.
Yeah, seeing those artists, Fujimoto Gold and KRGC, who's drawn the Infernape, they had like common and uncommon cards in the previous set, Wild Forces and Cyber Judge, but they very quickly got art res, and they have done very, very well with them. So yeah, it's exciting. It's a good time to be a collector. It's such a good time to be a collector. Yeah. Like the second year is kind of where the things get like more exciting. Someone left this as I think they left it as a comment in one of my videos, but they were saying that, you know, traditionally, usually the second year, if you look at like what happened with Sword and Shield, the second year of the block is when we started seeing sets like Eevee Heroes, Jet Black Poltergeist, you know, Rapid Strike Master. We were getting all those really cool special arts or alternate arts. This is that year for Scarlet Violet, so we very well may start getting like traditionally popular Gen 1, 2, 3, 4 Pokemon getting crazy special arts. Do I think that will reignite the hype again? Probably not, because I think we're in a different space now. But if you like passionately like collecting, you're happy.
My opinion is that I agree with you. By the way, my opinion is that 151 was already what Eevee Heroes kind of was, right? In the same set identity, right?
Yeah.
And year 1 as well. And I think it was still very hyped, but I think it nowhere caught the same hype as Eevee Heroes, right? Eevee Heroes and Evolving Skies is really a phenomenon. Right? It's just 151 it's already a classic, by the way. Let's get that out there, but not on the same hype as Eevee Heroes. Eevee Heroes is a different kind of beast when it released. The build up to that set as well, it was something else. I think it will take another Eevee Heroes set.
It'll probably take Eevee Heroes 2 to beat Eevee Heroes 1.
Yes. But even then, I think Eevee Heroes can't beat Eevee Heroes itself anymore. It's just, it's bigger than it already is.
If they actually did release like Eevee Heroes 2, I honestly think the same thing would happen again. I reckon. I think it will. It would happen.
There's already an Eevee Archer teased in the Pokemon Day countdown, right? There was and
we didn't see anything more come from that. Yeah.
No.
There's a couple of Eevees there.
But from what I see, there's no Eevee Heroes coming this summer at least. So
I don't know, man.
Maybe for
I heard. Nah, I'm joking. I haven't heard anything about Eevee Heroes too.
If such a set was to be released, it would have been very strategically released, either when the June set or the May set, right? But now we know what the sets are coming in Japan.
Yeah.
And Eevee Heroes released during May, 151 released during May, and now we have Mask of Change or Night Wanderer filling that
We're
gap.
not going.
So
I'm yanking your chain, Zakariya. I know we're not.
I know.
Heroes.
I know.
Hey, okay. Actually, let's rewind a little bit. Let's go back to Pocket because I didn't talk about this. What if, right? I saw somebody tweet talking about this on X, right? That's the first time I've ever said X, by the way. I've stuck to saying Twitter and tweet, but no, I'm going to say I saw this on X, right? I'm conforming. That I can't remember what app it is. There's some sports collecting app where maybe I'm making this up, but okay, let's just run with it, right? Where like you can collect cards in the app and then you can like redeem them for that card. I'm pretty sure this is like there's some sports app like this. So like, what if, right? Pocket, right? In Pokemon TCG Pocket, you could redeem the card. There's a card that was just like so rare to get, so hard to get in the actual app that you could then redeem it and get like a physical version of it. But then like, what if they did that and they did like every quarter they did like, oh, it's the EV themed quarter, and then like you're getting all these like really cool evolutions, and then there's just like one like ultra mega rare, maybe like 50 or 100 of the card get distributed around the world. Dude, the possibilities are endless. If they did that,
that would be cool. But I think I think that would not happen. Personally,
it's
right.
It's a home run though. It would be so good. I would actually be all in on that. I like exclusive things.
The thing is that there's more, so much complications around
logistically.
That. Yeah, I think it's unrealistic. So many variables as well, right? You have Japan, right, which is a domestic market, right, and then you have Latin America and. How are you going to distribute all these cards? That's a problem on its own, right?
They'll sort it out. They're smart.
Yeah. And that's why global releases are never going to be a thing, right? Because Japan has monthly releases and global has quarterly releases. No way are distributors and stores going to accept monthly releases. It's not going to happen.
Yeah.
Logistically, it's a nightmare.
Yeah.
I think they're already suffering with the quarterly release right now.
Yeah. With
all these products coming. But that's a different topic on its own.
Yeah. No, that's fair. Well, There you go. There you have it, folks. Crimson Haze. Yes. You can read about it on PokeGuardian. As the cards are revealed, you will see them updated on the main page there. If you're following PokeGuardian on Twitter, X, you'll see them post about them. Twanley will translate them as quickly as he can as well. So March 22nd, 2024, that one's coming out. Pretty cool stuff. Moving on to our next topic. What's another product that's got revealed? Oh, actually, I feel like we've known about this for a while, but maybe you haven't spoken about it on the podcast yet. The Iono Premium Tournament Collection.
Yes. Hello, hola, ciao, and bonjour. Yes. Sorry, I had to say that.
Go for it, man. I know you got that Iono cosplay in the background there.
No. not gonna happen, but yes, this is a very, very highly potential product, as in we know already about the Marnie Premium Collection, Tournament Collection, right? Juniper, what more, the Cyrus and Clara. And going back to that as well, some sort, what these are, just like a milk carton shaped, again, premium box, which include like 6 or 7 packs or 8 packs of the recent sets. And in my opinion, these are incredibly highly valued. These are like $39.99 USD, MSRP. And usually they will sell around that price as well. And it will include a very nice full art supporter card. And the last iteration, the Clara and Cyrus Premium Tournament Collection, included a Clara full art card that is likely going to be ever exclusive to the Pokemon Company International. Japan never got this.
They owned me with that. Like, they knew what they were doing there.
Of course.
I got sucked into that. I saw exclusive, like a non-Japanese version of Clara full art. I was like, I'm in. And I bought 2 of those. They were 80 Australian. So I spent $160. The 7 packs I got from the box each, 14 packs, donuts. I got nothing. But I have those 2 full art Claras, and I played them in my deck, and it was good. And I'll probably do the same again with this.
Japan never got them, and that's a very nice trade material, by the way, as well.
You never got them?
No.
Get one, dude. What are you doing?
Oh no, I got one myself, the English Clara, but Japan never got it.
Oh no, Japan never got. Yeah.
So there's going to be very nice trade material, and the same goes for this Iono Premium Tournament Collection.
Yeah.
It includes artwork, the deck box from the Clayburst Pokemon Center exclusive box, right? Got the same artwork in there, same sleeves. Coin is exclusive, by the way, I believe. And it got the exclusive full art Iono. Can you imagine how popular and sought after this product will be in Japan?
Yeah, you know what I'm doing? I'm buying a carton of this and I'm taking it to Japan, bro. Yes. I'm gonna open up a little stall outside Akihabara. I'm gonna sell them on the street. I'll make millions. Yes. I'm not doing that.
Not millions, but yeah, this is going to be from that perspective a very nice product, right? And there's a huge possibility this will stay exclusive, right? Because they could have included that Iono easily in Shiny Treasure EX, but they haven't. Released in the same period, right? Never got that card in that set.
It's nice to have exclusive things, isn't it?
Yes, and from the thing is, right, with celebrations, they actually had exclusive stuff in there, which were specifically made for TPCI. And from there on out, it's been a train ride, right, of exclusive products and playmats. And I'm very hyped to see this product, and I think it will be up. The only downside is, let's give you some detail, right? It also got a 3 Iono cards with a Iono Zone stamp on there. In my opinion, it's a missed opportunity that they haven't commissioned a Pokemon for new artwork.
Right? On that card. Yeah.
But
you're getting greedy now, dude. You're getting greedy.
Can we complain now? We can't complain here. This should be Cosmos Foil as well, from the previous iterations. That's an assumption, but
come on, man.
But it's coming. It's coming. Yeah.
Now these are cool. They're a little pricey. So I don't know if I'm gonna get 4 of these personally. No. To get a
who knows? Maybe a discount. But yeah, 6 packs. They were I think 7 before in Sword and Shield.
They cut a pack.
Yeah.
God, the value proposition is diminishing as we speak, dude. First, reuse the artwork on the regular common. Second, no Cosmo foil. Yeah. Third, we're down to 6 packs from 7. I'm out. I'm not getting it anymore. You know, I didn't buy Juniper though. I got burned on the Clara. No, but Juniper came out before the Clara one. I didn't buy the Juniper one, but I bought the Professor's Research, the Juniper full art from that. And I reckon I paid on average like $10 per Juniper. And that's Australian. But the box price for that was $80. So I paid an eighth of the box price and got the best part of it. Which is crazy because why would you buy the box when you could just wait to get the single? But I don't think the Iono from this will do the same thing. Or maybe it will. I don't know. It's hard to say. We know that the Marnie didn't. The Marnie Premium Tournament collection didn't because, you know, Marnie reasons. Yeah. And that was during like the period where we had the least, like we had the most supply issues and the most demand. Maybe they just print, you know, the heck out of these and they're very readily available. The Iono is cheap as a single. Yeah, I'm not going to spend, 40? So if you're going to spend 160 USD to get a playset of Iono, it's pretty crazy. You shouldn't do that. Don't do that.
Yeah, buy it single. Yeah,
don't do that.
Course.
But it's a cool product, nonetheless. Cool. It's always cool when you get exclusive stuff. The coin's cool. I know a guy that he flips coins at tournaments because, you know, most people just roll a dice, but he still flip. Well, at EUIC, he flipped a coin every time he was playing Lugia. Every time he played Capturing Aroma or Mesagoza, he'd flip a coin instead of rolling a dice. And now I carry my Clara coin and I sometimes flip it. It's funny because it's a big coin. I recommend it. Cool coin. Okay.
Yes.
Moving on. We have another TCG player-focused product that was revealed. And you know what? I'm just going to go ahead and say it. This is just a little bit too late, but I know why they released it so late. This is the Gardevoir EX League Battle Deck that has been revealed. So on April 19th, we will get a new League Battle Deck, which is great because it comes with a lot of playables, which is good if you're starting to play. Let me preface by saying, well, wait, I was supposed to say this before I said it's too little, too late. But let me backtrack. He's backpedaling now. It's great if you're starting to play because usually this product will have a lot of really good playable cards in it. And if I just look at the back real quickly, you're getting a Mew EX, which is good. You're getting a Radiant Greninja. You're getting a Luminion V. Cresselia, that's great. There's some research in there. There's 4 Iono, 2 Arven. Okay, there's actually really good product. Oh, no, I take it all back. This is great. 4 Ultra Ball, 4 Nest, 2 Artisan, 3 Charm, 3 Candy. This is actually pretty solid. The only the weakest part of it is the Guardi EX and the Curlier because the deck's not very good post-rotation. But everything else is fantastic. So, it's actually good. Okay, this is a big tick for me.
I see this as a collector myself, right? We had the Pikachu Zekrom GX deck. I want definitely one deck of this and keep it sealed.
Really? Why? Why?
It looks amazing, and it's more like a time capture, right? Of hey, this is how some of the format was, right? And you have the World Championship decks and so and this and that, but this is actually a real card, and I want to keep one for myself sealed. And
really?
I have done it with Pikachu and Zekrom GX as well. It looks amazing, packs like this, from a collector standpoint. Yes,
to each their own. To each their own. But as a player, no, it's not something I'm interested in.
Again, like I said, after rotation is going to be awkward. So yeah, and honestly, right, some this is my prefer way as well. I want some of these being special art, right, and not necessarily, being regular art.
Yeah.
There's also a variable. Yeah.
I think if there was like an alternate art of the Mew or the Guardi, cool. I think like the value proposition would go up significantly. Yeah. It's the only reason why I say it's like really awkward with the Gardevoir EX is because right now Gardevoir EX as a deck is in a really awkward spot. It's like, I think at the Champions League, the last Champions League in Japan, it was like less than 2 or 3% of the meta share, which is like a far fall from grace. And it's a little bit different to the international circuit, but like that is a significant drop off. We have to see like where Gardevoir EX stands as a deck post rotation internationally. I still think it can be okay, but it's going to be a while. I think people have asked me before, they go like, well, what do you think of Gardevoir like post row? And I say it's okay, but they're like, I've seen people be like, no, the deck's dead. Like, it's over. Like, you're never going to play Guardi again. I think the fact that this product released means that we will probably see cards down the line that will make or that will improve Gardevoir EX as an archetype down the line. Maybe not till, the end of the year, but...
from what I heard is that these products are being, of course, developed well in advance. And I think it was Karl Suzevic, which has a hand in there to actually predict that this is going to be a properly played deck. And yeah, they have to freestyle a little bit, of course, in that sense. And of course, they can't just give you a full competitive tournament ready. And this is as close as they are, right? By the way.
Yeah.
Before that, it was way watered down. And now they have like 6 V and EX cards. It's insane.
They're really good now. They are really good now. Yeah. They're better than when I started playing, which was, nearly 2 years ago now. I remember buying like the Inteleon VMAX League Battle deck, which was like good, but it was like, it gave you like the wrong versions, or like when I say the wrong versions, like the what's the word? Oh my God. This is bad. I was going the whole podcast, I can't remember the word. It's just like the version.
No problem.
It's like, there's like the good curlier, and then there's like the mid curlier. There's like the good rolls, and then there's like the mid rolls, right? The older versions of the product would give you like the mid versions of it. This one actually you're getting like refinement curlier, which is the one that you want. You're getting Mew EX, which you want, Luminion V, which you want. So it's just that Guardi as an archetype is in an awkward spot. No, they're good. Okay, I take it all back. All right, fine. I'm wrong. I was wrong.
It's releasing April 19 and it's $30. And yes, that's about it. I think we have everything now.
Nah, there's a couple more. Wait, don't say that. There's another little topic here. What are you doing? There's a Pikachu promo that got revealed in Indonesia.
Oh, really? Oh, that's great.
This is why I'm the host and you're not, because you would have just ended it. Then the whole world would not have known about the Pikachu promo.
Keeping all the promos for myself.
We know what you're up to, bro. I know what you're cooking over there. This is Pikachu's Indonesia journey. So there's a new promo that is revealed. And I'm going to be honest with you. I'm not keeping up to date with any Pokemon releases outside of Japan or international format. So Zakariya, I reckon you take this one and you roll with it.
Yes, of course. That this promotion was actually being unofficially revealed already. This is part of Pikachu's Indonesia journey. It's a campaign in Indonesia, and it's more meant for, hey, this is in Asia. We want more tourism, and let's do it in collaboration with Pokemon. And now they have a bunch of many events planned in Indonesia to celebrate again this whole campaign. And stores and these events will hand out this promotion, this Pikachu and Batik shirt promo. And the good part is, doesn't cost much for the global market, but it's awesome. It's just something very nice culturally. You see again the Batik shirt, which is a cultural, attire for Indonesian people, and I think this is so cool. Only downside is, right, that this is like stock art for their campaign, right? This is not a full, right, commissioned properly, artist artwork. If you know what I mean, right? Static.
Isn't it usually like there's like a Pokemon company like art team has done these?
Yes.
Like they did the on the ball promos as well.
Yes.
Yeah,
it doesn't even have Illustrator on the name on the card.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah. So I think it's like TPCI itself. Oh, TPC, right? But that's not. I think it's awesome. First of all, that they are going to do this, right? We already saw it with Pokemon in Taiwan promo, also exclusive artwork. Before they haven't, there was Singapore. Yes, there you go. But before that, we had Pokemon Center Singapore, which had sleeves released, but not a promo, right? So I was quite disappointed that they didn't make a promo for that, because they easily had a reason to, right? Now you see these exclusive releases, and I'm all down for it, and I can't see more of this coming up. And it's way easier to do in Asia, right? Because the promo company has full coverage, and they are essentially the ones that are behind this, right? TPCI,
as in, like, the distribution is easier.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. The sites are hosted by TPC, right? In Japan, everything is hosted at TPC headquarters. So that is, and probably some people are responsible for those countries, right? Of course, they are assigned likely to that.
Yeah.
This is awesome. I can't wait to see more. We already see Singapore, Malaysia, what more? All these other Asian countries having exclusive stuff, right? There, I believe Singapore or Malaysia had an exclusive Iono card, and in English as well, but stamped with the Asia Championships.
Yeah.
Stamp, which is insane. It's so exotic as well.
I'm looking up the last Australia exclusive promo, and I think it was the EB Games Charmander, and like,
yes, yeah, I just compare that to.
It's like, it's cool, like it's just like the same stock art, like the same art from Mob Flames with a stamp on it. I would love to get stuff like this. I'd love to get stuff like this. We don't get it here in Australia, but
I can't complain with the Van Gogh promo. That's my. I can't really complain anymore, right? But for my country, but yeah, I would be.
Why
cool
is that,
to see some of this.
Why? Why is that? What promo did you get recently?
What do you mean?
Don't play coy with promo. Me. Yeah.
No, nothing special.
How many of those you got in the wardrobe? I don't know. There?
I have no idea, but definitely not one. No, I went to the store a couple times, of course, right? It's funny because I know the management of some of one of the local stores here. It's a nice community, right?
Yeah.
But other than that, right? Also, a different discussion is the latest game that was announced, Legends ZA, right? This was a Pokemon Center Paris, 2014.
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't say it. But that's a huge opportunity, right? There could be a new Worlds in Paris or France. There could be a new Pokemon Center in Paris or France. Because again, the game is based on Lumino City, which is based on France or Paris, I believe.
Yeah.
So there's also a huge opportunity there. Let's see what they will bring. But this specific promo, definitely nice. I think this is not the last time we are seeing exclusive promos like these. And I hope they do, honestly, more of these campaigns throughout Asia. That's just amazing.
They
and
keep
it's
doing
easy
them.
to get.
They keep doing them. I'll keep overpaying for them. Import. I'm a sucker.
It doesn't cost much, right? They told you get a card in every Pokemon event in your city, and not even events only, but also in your favorite store. So there's going to be a lot of them, from what I read. So don't overpay for it. But
don't tell me what to do. If I want to overpay for it, I'll
do what you want, of course. Yes.
No, I'm playing with you. I'm sorry, man. I should be more serious. I gotta be more serious when I get on the PokeGuardian podcast. But let's be serious. This is how you and I mostly talk anyway. So,
Yes.
I'm
correct.
I'm not gonna be someone that I'm not when I'm on your podcast. I'm sorry, dude. This is
how
it is. You get me for me.
Of course. No, and if you want to see more like this, and even more extreme, go on OKJLove's YouTube channel, of course. And you can watch him doing his thing on this channel.
That's it, man.
And I think with that, we are going to end this episode. I hope you've all enjoyed it. And,
I had a good time. Did you? I had a great time.
I had an amazing time.
I would have actually liked to talk more. Yeah, we should have done this earlier, and we should do this more often as well. I feel like we've left stuff on the table. Like of course. There's more I want to talk about on TCG Pocket. Should we keep going? I'm joking. We got to end it here. Your face.
Maybe on your channel. Maybe on your channel.
Okay. There you go. Okay. We'll continue there. No, but thank you for having me, Zakariya. It was a blast.
Same here.
Thank you everybody for tuning in, for listening. And we'll see you in the next episode of the PokeGuardian podcast.
Of course, you can listen to this podcast on YouTube, Spotify, SoundCloud, and all your preferred podcast platforms. And again, thank you for having me. Thank you, Julian.
You had me. Yes. You had me. This is your podcast.
Yes, I almost forgot.
You run this thing, dude.
Have a nice day, everyone. Goodbye.
See everybody.
Goodbye.